yeah, I love Zang. I love Butcher Shop. I love Guns Anthem. I mean, Monster. Oh my God. You know what? I would say let's go with Guns Anthem first. All right, guys, we have a special guest here today. We have EYESCREAM. So you might have heard his project, Bubblin Battle Pack. Volume 1 is out now on Munchie's label. Really amazing stuff here. I had to sit down with the guy. I had to get firsthand knowledge from the man himself about this project. So here we go. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, glad to be here, man.
All right. So I want to break down one of the songs with you. Which song do you want to break down with us?
Didn't think about which song yet, but what's your favorite song of the
Oh my
EP? Let's do
God.
that first.
Favorite song? Okay. I'd say
I'm making it hard for you,
it's
right?
very hard. It's very hard because okay, I love the two Moombahton joints, or the Moombahton tempo joints. I wouldn't say they're full blown Moombahton because like what you're doing is like nobody's doing it. But yeah, I love Zang. I love Butcher Shop. I love Guns Anthem. I mean, Monster. Oh my God. You know what? I would say let's go with Guns Anthem first. First. For me, that's my personal, one that I would want to go first with.
All right. Yeah, let me just fire up my Ableton.
For sure.
Yeah, so let's start with the beginning because Munchi was also very impressed with this beginning part.
Dude. Oh my God, just that flip right there. I was like, he's bringing it back, and I know what he's gonna do. Oh my God, dude. So how fast is that sped up to once it drops? Because I knew it was gonna be fast when it dropped, but I didn't know you were gonna speed up the sample like that. So when you did that, and then the chops and the way you flipped it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, because that's like the classic thing of bubbling battles. It was like old records like played in a higher tempo. There was like 33 and 45 speed or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's where the fast sound came from. But this whole project is made in 160 BPM.
Sheesh.
That's quite fast. I don't know how people will dance to it actually in bubbling battle at this tempo, but it's possible. I've seen crazy shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, this basically like Batman Anthem, Batman Anthem from Spraga bands, and yeah, maybe I can just let you hear this thing. This is without anything. So that's when I just played it normally, but the second time around I chopped it. So as you can see,
Here it comes.
So those are the chops, and then with the rhythm, like this, it's like following the vocal of the song, especially like in places like this. So basically that is like just the sample, like a tiny chop of it, like only the snare.
Yeah.
And then Ableton has like this pitch thing down here, and with that you can just like pitch the sounds without like stretching it, because normally when you stretch sounds, it sounds like long. So the snare would took like 5 minutes. I'm just saying something, but it will took a long time to play, or like very short time to play, and doesn't, yeah, it loses its tonality,
Yeah,
I
for
guess.
sure.
It's also filled with like little piece of amen breaks like this. It's all over the song, like little pieces like this.
Yep.
And then yeah, that's basically the intro. There's nothing more happening over here. So here I switched to like a drill part, and that has like my own drum. So when I turn off the vocals, so that's basically just like standard samples. Just drag it in, place it here, and yeah, you will see some parts for my songs are like this, like the tiny chops. But
Yeah.
most of the time I just consolidate it. Have like blocks like these.
For sure. Makes it a lot
And with
easier.
that I can move things better around, you know.
Yep.
And with the fast hi-hats like this, I did it in the piano roll of Ableton. With the little glitches and stuff like that.
Yep. Nice little
And,
touches.
yeah, and then we have like an 808 right here.
That's like one of the biggest things that stands out on a lot of these tracks too, as well, is your bass lines. Oh my god, so crazy.
Yeah,
it takes it to the next
thing
level.
I love. Yeah, that's the thing I love, man. I just love 808s. I love bass. I can't actually live without it. I have to listen on a good system or like good headphones. I'm that guy, you know. When I go at a party and someone is blasting music through their TV speakers, I'm like, what is this? You missing like 50% of the whole song, you know. But most people don't care. They just want to listen, and
it's us
they're cool
producers
with
who
it.
care and cry in a room to get it perfect.
Yeah, the 808, and you hear those bends in it. That's also done by myself. There's like that was the thing. I was like a FL Studio user for a long time, but then I went to school and I got a MacBook from school, and there was no FL Studio for Mac, you know. So
back then,
that was the thing. And then the people was saying, yeah, just install Ableton this, Ableton that. And I was like, yeah, Ableton. And I installed it, and I was like, nah, this doesn't work for me, you know? It looks stupid, you know? When you get it out of the box, it looks like full white or gray. I don't know. It looks like an old program. And
I had the
I
same
was like,
issue.
how are people working with this, you know? But I now I just can't go back to FL Studio because things in Ableton make just so much more sense. So they have like this. This is like the F tone, and when I want to make it go to an octave up, let's do that. Let's say I wanted to do octave up. I can just draw a line like this. 12 semitones is like this is 11. 12 is like a whole octave, so it will slide to that note, right? So basically, yeah, the whole production is filled with those tiny little slides and things like that. So
that gives it
makes
its flavor.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just like a bland 808. It has its different notes and things like that. But you know, the slides, it really gives it like a more human feel to it, like more personality to it. Because 808s don't do that. So when I was making this little drill part, I also wanted to make those crazy slides because otherwise it doesn't feel finished, you know?
Yeah, it feels like it's missing.
And I implemented the same thing with the rest of the songs because I really love it, man. I just like the way that it sounds when the 808 just slide around like crazy.
Oh my god.
But this transition was totally necessary because if it wasn't here and it just went from this straight into here, it would sound like whoa, what the hell is going on, man? You don't even have time to think about
at all. No, like catching your breath at all.
Yeah, sometimes I do switch like instantly, but only when you're already in the tempo and
Mm.
already like in the hyped or in the slow vibe of the song, and then it will blend more nicely. But with yeah, like really harsh transitions
Mm-hmm.
from
It's
like a
two different
drill to a,
vibes, you know, like
it's totally different vibes. But with this transition, yeah, this is basically like the start of the bubbling part. And then I've just switched to another part
God.
like that. And this is like a sample from Party Crasher from DJ Chucky. It
Mm.
was a very popular bubbling song back in the day. It
Yeah.
almost like it was like the song that made bubbling come back back in the day, you know.
Yeah.
Those
Classics.
type of songs. It's like yeah, it's really a classic. So I think everyone in the Netherlands knows this song and this sample. So I thought like when I'm going to make something, I have to bring in the classics, you know,
For
because
sure.
otherwise it won't connect with people that easily
Yeah, that's smart, man. That's
if they
smart, man.
don't know things, you know.
Paying homage at the same time, respect and
Another thing, maybe like every bar of my songs is not the same. Is different than
mm,
and then this is different, this is different, this is different. Like every bar is different. Like it's like
such a
all
nice
different
touch.
puzzle piece together in it, and
That's awesome.
that's why it sounds like there's happening a lot of stuff, and there is happening a lot of
Is
stuff.
that a personal choice? Like you choose to do that because that's your style? Like how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think like that is my style because everyone notices that. Like, but first I have to tell them
Mm.
why it sounds like there's so much happening and why. Because I like the variation. I like to keep the song fresh
Hey,
the whole
you're
way to
definitely
the end.
doing it.
So
you're definitely keeping it
yeah,
fresh, man.
yeah,
Wow.
and maybe like this looks the same, but it has like maybe this chop has like different pitches.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a different ending part. This is like also different. This is more like a transition already to the next part.
I like that
Uh,
you bring things full circle. Like I
yeah.
think you do it in Monster where the vocal from the beginning comes back again in the end, but it's a little bit different the way it's mixed in the song. I love that you bring all these elements back, but in a different way.
I even use my own ice cream tag for fills like this
Yep.
because it also helps to introduce new pieces and maybe the tag will stay in people's minds,
Yeah,
you
it'll
know, ice
resonate with
cream
people.
because everyone can use any samples, and if they think, yeah, this is like a Vibes Cartel song, this what you see here,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe people will relate it to Vibes Cartel and not with ice cream, you know. So
Yeah,
I have to remember them. Like I made this shit. I
exactly.
used Vibes Cartel, but I flipped it around, and
Yeah.
even the guns, man, even the guns are like little snippets, as you can see here. Those
Yeah.
light blue ones. If I solo them,
And just the way it fits in the song is so
yeah.
good, dude. So good.
Because when I'm working, I don't look at anything. I just make the music and I'll make it flow like it's a cohesive thing, and I don't pay much attention about the arrangement and like this has to come back 4 bars later again, or it's not like that, you know. If
Yeah.
this part sound good, I'm done with that part, you
Yeah.
know.
It does look like
Maybe
you
I
work
will,
on it by sections. Like that's
yeah,
exactly what I'm seeing here is like you work in sections. It's like, all right, now what does this
yes.
piece sound like? What does this piece sound like?
Thi-
That's so much. Oh, what does the whole song sound like as one? It's like you're making pieces, you're taking people on a journey.
As a kid, I like to watch Tom and Jerry a lot.
Oh,
Like
that part. Yes.
the cat and the mouse. It was like my favorite show. I used to record that on like VHS tapes
Mm-hmm.
when they were running like marathons on Cartoon Network. and I was at school, so I couldn't see it, right? So my
God.
parents had like the VCR, and they recorded the whole marathon, and I was just as a kid watching those. They're like constantly watching Tom and Jerry, and the song, the intro song, just
Dun, dun, dun,
stayed in my head for like my whole life.
dun.
So I had to implement it in this song.
That's such a unique choice, man. Like,
Yeah. Nobody thinks of putting Tom and Jerry in a
no,
bowling.
especially this, like the way this song is flowing up until that point. As soon as I heard it, I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
But that's like very dry, like this,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So if I bring in the rest, see, just like a beat right here, this. But I made it sound like extra crunchy.
Like, it's such a unique choice. Like the average person, average producer is never gonna pick that. Never gonna pick to do that. And you killed it, man.
Yeah.
You killed it.
Yeah, I was hoping that no one would ever pick that because it fits me, you know. Tom and Jerry is like it's like my childhood, and I all the other cartoons were like, nah, it's nice, but Tom and Jerry was like the OG classic, full on chaos, you know. And
Yeah.
it was like fantastic.
Cool.
It was also banned in the Netherlands. Tom and Jerry was
Yeah.
banned in the Netherlands to put it on TV because it was too
Violent?
too violent.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was. It
too
definitely
violent.
was.
It was violent,
But
but
still.
as a kid, I didn't think of it like that.
No, of
It was
course.
just funny, you
The
know.
way
It's
it's
like a
like
cat
put
in a mouse.
together for you, like as a kid, you're not supposed to think it's that bad. But as an adult, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, so Tom and Jerry was banned, and I've never seen it again on television. Of course, you can watch it on anything else, but
Yeah.
it wasn't on the Dutch Cartoon Network anymore. Yeah, and even like with things like this real hi-hat is like offbeat, express. Just little things like
Oh,
that
man.
that
Simple touches, man.
bring. Yeah, and when I put it all on. Yeah, and here it goes to the Guns Anthem vocals again. My plan was to just make the sped up thing of the Tom and Jerry soundtrack,
Yeah.
just like how we do with the classic dancehall tunes. But it didn't sound right for me, you know. The fast, it just ruined like the Tom and Jerry sound that played like that. So it was here, but I deactivated it and I replaced it with things I've used in the beginning of the song, like
Bringing it full
the
circle, man. The track has so much personality, and the more I talk to you, I realize like that's your personality that's speaking through these songs, man. So good, dude.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Very inspiring, man. So give us a little background about you, because I, went through your SoundCloud, went through your IG, went through your Spotify. You've been around for a while. This project sounds like, I know we said it before, but it sounds like super polished, man. Like, wow. Like,
yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I've been here for a while. I didn't release a lot of music, so it's kind of new for me to actually show it to people, you know.
For sure.
Back in the day, I remember I was with like a at the auntie's place, and there was like a computer there, and my nephew said, "Yeah, go play on the computer. There's like games on there." So I started the computer and I was looking at the desktop, like right, there's all those icons.
Yeah.
And I saw that FL Studio logo,
Oh,
right?
man.
The orange thing, and it
Yep.
says FL Studio
I
Demo.
know. Hell yeah.
So I was like, what is this game? You know, I clicked it and I saw all the blocks, you know, the step sequencer.
Yep.
And I started clicking and I saw a play button and I was like, man, did I make music right now?
Am
Really?
I a musician now?
Am I a musician right now? What is this? Right? So I went home and I installed it on my computer, but still, it was still like always been the step sequencer. That was like the only thing in that program, and the rest,
Yeah.
I didn't even know shit about it, right? It was
Exactly.
just it was only that thing.
Yep.
So I started, clicking beats on it, and yeah, there were like bubbling beats coming out of it, but because I was hearing bubbling music like since I was a child, you know.
Nice.
Maybe a nice story. My dad was collecting like tapes, like cassette tapes,
Yeah.
and I always going through his how do you call it, box with tapes, and I had my own Walkman. You know,
Nice.
people maybe don't know what
I
Walkmans were,
know,
but it was
man. That's like dinosaur
like the
stuff now.
tiny,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, yeah, the tiny cassette players. And I was like a kid, I was like just sitting on a couch listening to tape. That was my thing, right? Music listening was
Fire.
really my thing. And then someday I found like a tape, and it had like bubbling battles on it, but I didn't know what it was. And my dad also don't know exactly what because he had tape, but he didn't listen to all of it. Like
Ah.
some shit was like rubbish to him, or not like interesting, you know.
Yeah.
But that tape was so fire. It was from DJ Kenneth. It was like one of the first bubbling producers, alongside with DJ Moortje, Jerry C.
That's
And
amazing,
that
man.
tape, that tape, I found it recently online somewhere, and it
Oh,
took
you don't
me
have the
way
physical
back.
tape no more?
No, I don't have a physical tape.
Oh,
It was like a
man.
classic tape, you know, TDK with the
Yeah, for
handwriting on it,
sure. That's
all of
history,
that, you
man.
know. That's
Oh.
history, right? So that's where I started listening to that shit. But that was way before the FL icon and the demo
Yeah.
and the clicking. So I never I thought that, yeah, that's music, but it's already there, you know.
Of course.
And I don't it's their stuff, you know. I don't have to do that anymore. And then I've just started with like few years later started to making like trap beats and stuff like that. Like everybody does that,
Yes,
making
we
trap
all
beats,
been there.
making house beats. You know, house beats was like really simple. Just click in the four
Yep.
things and hit play, and the kicks will play. You
That's
know,
it,
it
man.
was like that. But I wasn't feeling that. I was like everyone can do this. Everyone can click those four
Yep.
first kicks in, hit play, and then they have a beat. Just make a little melody on it, and you're
That's it.
done, right? That's not what I was like. What I would
So what
like
sparked the
to do.
change? Like what was the influence that was like, yo, I'm gonna go full force in this now?
This bubbling battle thing, it really started when, at least when I was planning to make it, was like when it was like a guy called Randy, and he is in a group called Bubbling TV and Groove Kings. Like
Shout out
Bubbling
to them.
TV is their YouTube platform,
Yeah.
and they have a dancing group called Groove Kings, and they're
Nice.
pretty big in the Netherlands.
Shout
And
out.
I saw it, and I saw them dancing to those classic bubbling battle beats, you know.
Ah,
I was
nice.
like, are those old songs, or are those new songs? No, you know, because I really like it, and it takes me back to those cassette tapes and
Yeah.
those things, right? And I was thinking like, man, I have like all of those bubbling samples and snares and kicks and all of that. Let me try
It was
to make
time.
that shit, you know? Because I know how it sounds, I know how it's supposed to sound,
Yeah.
but I make different shit, so let's see what happens, you know?